This name change thing, do you as a party, as a bloc, oppose it, or it is your leader who is not happy with it?
No, I think generally individuals have opinions about it. The party has not come out with a position. So I cannot sit here and say, as a party or as a bloc, we oppose. We've not come out with a position. But generally, individuals have their opinions about the name change. I personally think that there are bread and butter issues that we should concentrate on and not name changes.
Are you sure? You were here to change Dombo University. You even wanted to name University of Ghana.
So the same government who thinks
you put a statue
the same government who thinks
it
is not important to change names.
Yes.
And because of that, reverse the names. They're saying they are going to change their name. So
we are not changing, we are reversing.
There are bread and butter issues. The question I want to ask is that
allow them to
that's how I was quiet when
I'm just correcting him.
Okay, yes. They said they are resetting
the Honorable Nilante said this is about Ghana. I don't think it's about Ghana. Clearly, it is their party wish that they want to satisfy.
But they are not CPP.
No, but the NDC now they've positioned themselves as Nkrumahist.
Okay.
Even though they don't do anything Nkrumahist.
Oh, how?
No, you see, the time immemorial they said they are Nkrumahist, they are socialists, but I don't see the socialism part of them.
Okay.
Yeah. They are more capitalist than socialists.
We are not socialists.
They are just socialists on the outside, but
they drive it and enjoy life.
In action, they enjoy life. So, what are the issues? One breath, they are telling us that, the circumstances concerning some other coup d'etats are different. But then circumstances concerning Kutuka has to be looked critically, and because of that, a name should be changed. If my brother Odate, if I'm right in the name pronunciation, if he was there at the time, what would have been his position? Because I've read a document where Sajima Prempeh II was commending the NLC that Nkrumah came, forced and seized their lands to the extent that some of them, their source of income and monies were not coming because of the kind of actions Nkrumah took against them. At the time, when Nkrumah, in 1957, we had more than 200 million pounds in our reserves. By 2 years later, or 4 years later, it had waned due to spending. It was just left. I've seen a video where one of Nkrumah's appointees, I think he was his finance minister or something, saying that he went to Nkrumah to tell him that you only have 500,000 pounds in accounts, and Nkrumah was like, no, it's not true. Go and check again. You understand? So the country had gotten to a point where there were food shortages, there were a lot of issues. Really? We were in debt. Before the coup, we were in debt as a country.
In 66?
Yes, we were in debt. We were in debt in 1965. Our reserves were left to about 500,000. In 66, our reserves stood at negative 39 million.
Really?
Yes, in 66. So these were the issues then that drove the whole coup d'etat. When the NLC came, Kutuka II was removed through coup d'etat. He was shot and killed, and then how long did Kutuka spend as leader? That's the question we have to ask. People say Kutuka didn't do anything, but how long did he sit on the seat? The man came within a year or two, he was gone. He didn't spend much time. No, wait. But then it's on record that the NLC built Terminal 2 and commissioned it.
The airport.
Kotoka International Airport, the Terminal 2.
It's not on record.
NLC commissioned it. It's on record.
It's not on record.
NLC commissioned it. The videos are there. Go and check the British Party news. It's there. Google it. You see it.
It was a video that was just shown.
The NLC commissioned it. So the Gettysburg government initiated the Kutuka, did the design of the Ghana Accra International Airport, did the initial designs and all that, and then they handed governance to Nkrumah. And then Nkrumah came and built the Terminal 1. Terminal 2 was built and commissioned by the NLC. When you go to Takrady, the Bonsaso Tire Factory, it was the NLC that put up the Bonsaso Tire Factory. Nkrumah did it, but they operated it. They commissioned it. There's this plant, a vehicle factory called the Bedford Vehicle Factory. It was the NLC that did it.
Based where?
Bedford, I think it was in Accra or somewhere. But NLC,
I know the Bedford car, but I didn't know. I want to
yes,
know. Okay.
NLC did it. You understand? So the NLC.
So you're saying that NLC did a
NLC
lot?
also did some. NLC did some.
I'll come to you.
Yeah.
So when we tried to whitewash Nkrumah, the circumstances at the time was what brought the coup.
So he was not a saint?
He wasn't a saint. Even his own son. There's a video that I've seen.
Which one,
this morning.
Sekou or
Sekou
Onzi?
Nkrumah. Sekou Nkrumah was saying that the naming of the renaming of the Kotoka International Airport is not important at this time. His own son admits that it's not important because there are other issues. There are equally governments like a Champon, like Rollins and so on, who did coup d'etat. So if today people feel that, okay, anybody who did coup d'etat's name should be removed from monuments, then it will even affect the NDC themselves because they were born from coup d'etat.
But that's what the point is, that Rollins has nothing named after him.
He was mentioning Rollins Park and so on. Did he name it himself? People named it after him.
Yes.
People named it after him.
But it's not in law. That's what he's saying.
Did Kotoka name the airport himself?
No.
Exactly. People
No.
named it after him, after
Yeah,
he was gone.
but
to remember, you see, the time Kotoka did the coup, at that time, those who were there felt it was necessary. Those who were there at the time when my brother was not born and I was not born, they felt it was necessary.
And he was hailed.
When Ghanaians were crying, university students in Lagos were crying, let the blood flow. Then with Rollins, when Rollins was doing coup d'etat, they felt it was necessary. They felt it was necessary then. But then the coup affected a lot of people. My grandmother in the village in Wassa, those days, all of them were affected by the Rollins coup. And because of that, no, they were not doing kalabule. They were doing genuine business. They would go and buy fish from Takrade. They will bring it, and then the CDS, their people,
They'll
collect it and auction it off. And auction it off and beat them, strip them naked and beat them and all that. So because of that, if you go to my grandma, those days my grandmother is gone. But those days you go and they have hatred for Rollins.
And that's the hatred that translates into the son, the
Oh,
grandson.
no. You know, before Rollins died, my dad had very good relationship with him. He used to go to him and all that.
So let's get back to our track. So you're saying that
you have to look at the issues then.
So you're
and
saying
the
that
reasons why the coup came.
You're saying that Nkrumah went bad despite everything he did.
Exactly.
Kotoka removing him and Kotoka being honored is not a problem.
It's not an issue we should even.
But the question is,
because Kotoka's name is there today, that is why we even get time to read about the issues that happened and understand the history.
Question: I'm on a flight.
People are just trying to whitewash Nkrumah and then create a situation where Nkrumah is seen as a saint.
Okay. Question though. Question: you as a Ghanaian who is just finished celebrating smoke or fugu. So a Zambian decides that, oh, he's coming to visit Ghana and he's your friend, or he texted you on Facebook. Then you go to the airport to pick him after he arrived because he wants to come and know about Ghana now that you've talked about fugu. He wants to go to see how it is done. Then you pick him up and then he says, but why is your airport called Kotoka? And you tell him that it's named after somebody. And he says, who is this person? And you tell him that it's named after the guy.
Tell him.
And you tell him that it's named after the guy who removed the founding president of Ghana and one of the key Pan-Africanists. That's what you tell him.
Yes, because at the time he was removing him, the founding president of Ghana had become a dictator.
Okay.
He had created a one-party state and was appointing people into parliament. He created a detention act. Preventive detention act and started imprisoning all his opponents. My brother was sitting here saying that it was because he feared the shadow, because people were up to get him. If every president, even John Mahama sitting there today, he will fear his shadow.
Oh, please.
That is why presidents come and sometimes they put somebody closer to them, to the Ministry of Defense and Interior. Every politician, even a member of parliament, there are people working against you all the time.
You can't do this.
So, and because of that, you go and you set up laws to imprison your opponents. Is that why we are saying, is that democracy?
At the time, was it not justified?
It wasn't.
Because he was now building a nation, and the nation had to be rallied.
He came through an election, then suddenly he wants to change everything. If they had allowed him come,
but the people were stubborn.
There are countries in Africa today that have dictators, and where are they now? When Mugabe was in Zimbabwe, what happened? You understand? When you allow people to sit on the seat for so long, a time. It gets to
sit on the seat for so long.
but someone who has been able to institutionalize a detention preventive act.
One party
in
said.
1964,
No, what was
in
the need to solve?
1964, he banned all political parties. What is banning all political parties?
We've given the history of the context of how it happened.
You ban all
So
political
wrap up
parties.
for me. I want to hear from.
So,
but let me
for
also
me-
say that you are in the studio
me-
with you are the only one, so I allow you more time
Yes,
because they are all
no,
against
it's
you.
3 against 1.
No, it's not 3. We have not heard from my Cocoa farmer yet.
And Odate has done history on Nkrumah. I have not done history on Nkrumah.
So we shouldn't. So you shouldn't be speaking to it.
But then we've read.
So I'm giving you time.
read some.
Ignore them. Go ahead. Fire. Yes.
For me, this is not necessary.
It is.
It is not. It is some sect of this country who want to please themselves.
The sect that got plenty percentage in the last election.
The sect that got plenty percentage in the election. Yes, it's not. It's
super
it's not
majority
doubted.
sect.
What's
Yes, it's not
necessary when you
doubted.
name the whole
And even
university
amongst them, some of them, even amongst them, some of them think it is not necessary.
It's not true.
Including Nkrumah's own son, Sekou Nkrumah.
Please don't. do that.
Including Sekou Nkrumah, he's on record. Umar, let your producer check.
Yes, but you cannot challenge that. Sekou Nkrumah is not popular about his. He's not popular with his father's position.
It doesn't matter, but a son is a son.
Haven't you seen a
If a son is a son, the father who is gone is rebelling against the
Let him
father.
land. You land so that
For me, there are key issues in this country we need to focus on.
Okay.
Not changing of an airport.
And
In any case, Neil Ante talks about consistency and branding. What is more consistent than leaving a name, a brand that is known worldwide? Everybody in this world knows Ghana's airport is called Kutuka.
No.
So when you go to change the name, that is not consistency, that is not branding.
Okay.
That is rebranding and your reset.
Okay, that's fine. Let me, before I come back to you in studio, and Mr. Ten,